Alright, guys, so we're getting more news out of Comic-Con, and if you see anything, I'm just going to let you know. Sometimes my social media page doesn't, my social media feed doesn't necessarily catch everything, and this actually, I would have missed this if it weren't for my friend Jason sending it to me. So thank you once again, Jason, for the help. And yeah, so if you see anything on your social media feeds from New York, any news, New York Comic Con, just leave in the comments below, and just let me know if you see anything of interest, and I'll see if it's worthy of talking about. Because some of them are like, I don't care. Like the Wonka movie, I saw like the new trailer for the Wonka movie came out, and I was like, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Anyway, so this news came to me, and I was like, yeah, I want to talk about this, because I'm like, yeah, why didn't they do this sooner? And that is the return of DC Elseworlds. After nearly, basically 14 years since we had a comic under the Elseworld title, it's back. There's now an official DC Elseworld title. Now, I personally think this is kind of dumb, but at the same time, I'm like, why haven't we named all these other alternate universe comics Elseworld books? Like the Jurassic League when I reviewed it, the dinosaur book, DC vs. Vampire, which does tie into this, Dark Knights of Steel, which I haven't read yet. I've heard it's really good. Like Dark Knight, the Tom Taylor medieval DC universe. I really want to read that. That sounds really cool. But there's just like a they're just like they're Elseworld books without being called Elseworld books. So now it looks like we finally get the Elseworld title back, until like they forget it, they drop it again, because I guarantee you what will happen is that they'll be like, oh, we brought DC Elseworlds back, oh, we're dropping the title. Because yeah, that's happened before. Ugh, my back is so stiff, why don't I stretch more? Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm talking about, is that DC Elseworld, there's been Elseworld books without being called Elseworld. In fact, a majority of these are books that weren't under the Elseworld title, are now being brought back as Elseworld titles, but they're sequels to comics that were from alternate universes. So I wonder if they're going to repurpose those comics when they bring them back to trade or reissue them. Are they going to have the Elseworld logo on them as well? I don't know about that, but let's go through some of the books. And like I said, the vast majority of this is just sequels to books that are already out. Starting off with Gotham by Gaslight, The Kryptonian Age. That's actually this one I'm genuinely curious about. Of course, Gotham by Gaslight was the first Elseworld book. It was the one that kicked off everything. And then they did Master of the Future, which was the sequel to it. The Kryptonian Age sounds really cool. It's going to be done by Andy Diggle, who I haven't seen a lot of. Andy Diggle went MIA for a long time. Kind of cool to see him back. I liked a lot of what he did, Shadowland Excluded with Daredevil. I also dug his Green Arrow Year One book. It's kind of cool to see him back, so I'm curious to see what he'll do with a Gotham by Gaslight Superman. So, yeah. Next up is Batman the Barbarian by Greg Smallwood. This is another one of the original titles. Very excited for this one. I'm very excited for Batman the Barbarian by Greg Smallwood. It looks like very much just Conan the Barbarian, but with Batman, but hey, that's always cool. Like, we've seen this before. Hell, they had it in a Justice League the War World movie animated film not too long ago. That will, like I said, that'll be written and drawn by Greg Smallwood. Next up is Dark Knights of Steel All Winter by Jay Kristoff, and I got it written. I'm looking at the thing right now, so I wouldn't forget anybody. I have no idea who Jay Kristoff is, but Tirso Khans. Hope I'm saying that name right. Dark Knights of Steel All Winter looks like it's going to be in the Dark Knights of Steel universe. Again, this is one of those sequels to the book that, because I think Dark Knights of Steel just wrapped up, or is wrapping up, because it was coming out bi-monthly. So I'm very curious about how that comic will play out. It will be written by, like I said, Jay Kristoff, artwork by Tirso Khans. I haven't read Dark Knights of Steel, so again, the Elseworld book that should be called Elseworld is getting a sequel, and it's going to be under the Elseworld title. Again, I kind of hope when we reissue the trades and from hardcover to softcover, they'll get the Elseworld mark on it. That'd be kind of nice to have some continuity. But then again, asking for continuity in DC is like asking the Pope to tell the truth about, if God is real or not. It's not going to happen. Anyway, next up, another one that appears to be an original title, Batman Nightfire by Clayman and Sethman. I'm not kidding, that's their names. Clayman is an artist most of you guys would know. I think they're both brothers. I think Clay and Seth are brothers, but I do find their names really hilarious. Clayman, Sethman, and I just imagine it's just Seth Green just kind of standing around like, yeah, I'm Sethman. Hi. Batman Nightfire, that sounds cool. It does look like it's going to be more of a Batman Green Lantern story, which we have gotten a few times actually. So let's see how that will play out. Then there's also Green Lantern Dark. Actually, I think that Green Lantern Dark from Tate Bomble and Werther Del Eldra. Oh God, I'm gonna mispronounce these names. That's the one, Green Lantern Dark. I think that's the Batman Green Lantern one. Now that excuse me, Batman Nightfire. No, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Nightfire. That's supposed to reference the daughter of Nightwing and Starfire from Kingdom Come, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Like I heard somewhere that's what Batman Nightfire is supposed to be about. It's revisiting the Kingdom Come universe with Nightfire. I don't know about that. I have no idea. So yeah. And then we come to DC vs. Vampires World War V by Matthew Rosenberg and Otto Schmidt. This, as you guys know, I didn't really care much for DC versus Vampires, excuse me. I didn't care much for DC versus Vampires in any way, shape, or form. I just thought it was too mean-spirited, and I just did not care for the story itself. It just felt like it was trying to be deceased all over again, but just way more fuck you and your happy ending kind of story. So yeah, that's one I'm not interested in. But it is cool to have, I've loved DC Elseworlds, and to finally have, these alternate universe books actually have the fucking title to it. I know it's such a minuscule thing, but it's really cool. But yeah, I think of all these, Gotham by Gaslight's probably going to be the one I'm going to be the one, that one, as well as Green Lantern Dark. A lot of Bat titles, as per usual. DC loves to break out the Batman titles, but that is what it is. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of DC Elseworlds returning? Are you guys excited or are you guys not? And what kind of Elseworlds stories are you excited for? And which one of these opening titles for DC Elseworlds are you most excited for? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.